Good morning to all. I am Subarani, Assistant Professor in Immanuel Arasar College of Education, Nattalam. Today we are going to learn about B.Ed first year paper, Gender, School and Society. Gender, School and Society. The topic name is Gender Representation in Mass Media. Gender Representation in Mass Media. Gender representation in mass media have different ways. First one is gender representation in magazines, gender representation in radio programs, then gender representation in cartoon, then gender representation in television program, next gender representation in movies, then gender representation in advertisements. Okay. Today we study only first three topics. First one is gender representation in magazines, next gender representation in radio programs, and gender representation in cartoons. Okay students, next first topic is gender representation in magazines. Helen Gurley Brown, the editor of Cosmopolitan, a popular feminist magazine in America, describes that women at present are strong and have the ability to compete with men in all spheres of life. Okay, the feminist magazine in America, Cosmopolitan, describes that women at present are strong and have the ability to compete with men in all spheres of life. The magazines, so most of the magazines in most of the countries in the world, including India, have been maintaining separate sections for the activities associated with the norms of women, like preparation of food recipes, childcare, parental duties and responsibilities, dress designing, knitting, embroidery and jewelry designing, preparing curious and handicraft work, etc. So, in magazines of the most countries in the world, including India, I have been maintaining separate sections for the activities associated with the norms of women, like the preparation of food recipes, childcare, parental duties and responsibilities, dress designing, embroidery and jewelry designing, preparing curious and handicraft work, etc. Present day Indian magazines, in Tamil magazines like Snehidi, Mangair Malar, Aval Vigadan, etc. In Malayalam magazines like Vanida, and in English magazines like Eve's Weekly, Femina, etc. have started including new sections for discussing issues like gender relations, women rights, women taking up careers, women wearing modern dress, then women seeking professional status, problems of corporate women executives, etc. So, in present day Indian magazines, some Tamil magazines and Malayalam magazines and English magazines for Snehidi, Mangair Malar, Aval Vigadan, Vanida and Femina, so have started including new sections for discussing issue like the gender relations, women's rights, women taking up careers, women wearing modern dress, then women seeking professional status, problems of corporate women executives, etc. Even in newspaper and popular magazines, they have now sections meant for women. Feminist thinkers, writers and poets have started getting welcome among the public in magazines exclusively meant for men. Provisions are made for catering music, video games, developing relations with women, luxury items, new versions of cars and bikes, tours and travels. So, in newspaper, even in newspapers and popular magazines, now sections meant for women, for feminist thinkers, writers and poets have started getting welcome among the public. In magazines exclusively meant for men, provisions are made for catering, music, video games, developing relations with women, luxury items, new versions of cars and bikes, then tours and travels. In most Tamil magazines, there are sections catering for home management, first aid, childcare, dress and fashions, religious practices, etc. However, they do not deal with sexual relation and issues. So, in Tamil magazines, there are sections catering for home management, first aid, child care, dress and fashions, religious practices, etc. So, however, they do not deal with sexual relations and issues. Second one is gender representation in radio programs. Though the range and usage of radio are steadily decreasing. Today, radio are steadily decreasing. Radio range is decreasing. FM radio is still popular, but FM radio is still popular. FM radio is now available in mobile phone also. FM radio is now available in mobile phone also. Female singers and musicians get many chances as radio programs, give more importance for richness of voice and proper pronunciation than physical appearance. In radio programs, female singers and musicians get many chances as radio programs, give more importance for richness of voice and proper pronunciation than physical appearance. In rural programs of radio broadcast, things like husband providing his wife information regarding effective agricultural practices and animal husbandry, etc. So in rural areas, in rural programs of radio broadcast things like husband providing his wife information regarding effective agricultural practice, mostly in agricultural program, and animal husbandry, etc. are pointers of male dominance. It is denoted to male dominance. So rural programs for things like husband providing his wife information regarding effective agricultural practice and animal husbandry are pointers of male dominance. In programs like Listener's Choice, Honey Bow, that means Tenkinam, etc., songs and dialogues like and sought after by women are often broadcast. So such programs are some programs like Listener's Choice, Honey Bowl or Tenkinnam, etc. These programs are songs and dialogues like and sought after by women or often broadcast. As radio, Prachar Bharati is still an arm of the government. It completely avoids advertisements which are cheap taste and bordering vulgarity. Okay, in radio, Prachar Bharati is still an arm of the government. It completely avoids advertisements which are in cheap taste and bordering vulgarity. Third one is gender representation in cartoons. Animated cartoons are popular among young children all over the world. So the animated cartoons are popular in all over the world. The animated cartoons of well-known animals like dog, cat, cow, elephant, snakes, etc. Among the cartoons involving humans such as Ben 10, Tom and Jerry, Mickey Mouse, Spider-Man, Superman, etc. So animated cartoons are popular in the world, popular among young children in all over the world. Such animated cartoons are the animals like cat, dog, cow, elephant, etc. But the cartoons involving humans, Ben 10, Tom and Jerry, Mickey Mouse, Spider-Man, Superman, etc. These cartoon stories depict males as sturdy, brave, aggressive, and adventurous, and females as gentle, innocent, lean in appearance, cute, with big eyes and charming face. Cartoons are spreading. So in the cartoons involving humans are such as Ben 10, Tom and Jerry, Mickey Mouse. These cartoon stories depict males as sturdy, brave, aggressive, and adventurous, but females as gentle, innocent, lean in appearance, cute with big eyes and charming face. So cartoons are spreading gender stereotypes. So the cartoons are spreading gender stereotypes, focusing that women need man to save them. These cartoons are spreading gender stereotypes and focusing that women need man to save them. Saving a woman makes you a man. Saving a woman makes you a man. Then, and that only men are capable of protecting others from harm or danger. So these cartoons are mentioned, only men are capable of protecting others from harm or danger. Recently, in some of the cartoons, men wearing female wears and doing the domestic work, bathing children, washing clothes, etc. in a funny way, rendering the comedial program. But similarly, women wearing men's wears and doing the work meant for men in a comical way. Though these pictures are humorous, they depict women as stupid and a lost intelligence. So recently in some of the cartoons, men wearing the female wears and doing the domestic work such as bathing children or washing clothes, etc. It is in funny way, rendering it is denote the comedial program. Similarly, women wearing men's wears and doing the work meant for women in a comical way. Though these pictures are humorous, they depict women as stupid and loss of intelligence. So the gender stereotypes representing women as inferior to men is prevalent in cartoon pictures all over the world, including India. So there's gender stereotypes representing women as inferior to men in prevalent in cartoon pictures all over the world, including India. Okay, then so today we studied 3 topics. First one is gender representation in magazines, then second one is gender representation in radio programs, and third one is gender representation in cartoons. Okay students, next the gender representation in television program and the gender representation in advertisement and the gender representation in movies I will take next class. Okay, thank you students.